America in the 1990s to Present, Section 5, with Ms. Lashi. 2008 presidential election. Barack Obama ran against John McCain. The internet and social media played a major role in a presidential election for the first time. It was the most expensive presidential election to date. Oprah Winfrey endorsed Obama, helping him to obtain the women's vote. The 2008 economic crisis and the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Iraq were key points in the election debates. Obama won, becoming the first African American president in U.S. history. Barack Obama. He would serve as president from 2009 to 2017. He was the first African American president. He opposed the Iraq War. He wanted to pass universal health care. He helped to help the economy recover from the 2008 recession. His vice president was Joe Biden. He appointed Sonia Sotomayor and Elena Kagan to the Supreme Court as justices. American Reinvestment and Recovery Act. This law was signed by President Obama in 2009. $700 billion was spent by the federal government to help the economy recover. The auto industry was given a huge bailout as it was on the verge of collapse and again arguing too big to fail. This law has been controversial. Critics argue that the government should not interfere in a free economy. Affordable Health Care Act, also known as Obamacare. Obama signed legislation to create universal health care known as Obamacare. All U.S. citizens are required by law to have health insurance. If they don't, they are taxed heavily. Critics have argued that this is a tax on the poor who cannot afford health insurance. Another issue is that the quotes for insurance on the healthcare exchange website are often higher than people can afford to pay. This law has been highly controversial. Sonia Sotomayor. Obama nominated Sonia Sotomayor as the Supreme Court Justice. She became the first Hispanic Supreme Court Justice. The Iraq War comes to a close. For the majority of Obama's presidency, the Iraq War continued to rage on. By the time he left office, the majority of U.S. troops had been withdrawn and returned home from Iraq. Osama bin Laden dies. Osama bin Laden was discovered hiding in Pakistan. U.S. Special Forces stormed the million-dollar home that he was living in. He was killed during the raid. The Arab Spring in Libya. The Arab Spring was a series of uprisings in the Middle East that occurred as people overthrew dictatorships. The U.S. provided airstrike support to rebels as they overthrew the dictator of Libya, Gaddafi. This picture here to the right is of Gaddafi and President Obama. Miscellaneous but important information, Part 1. Innovations and new inventions continue to change the United States. Robotics or machines run by computers began to be used more in manufacturing. Just-in-time production is when parts arrive at the exact time that work is needed, reducing the time to assemble parts. Time study analysis helps managers to determine how to improve production. Miscellaneous but important information, Part 2. Free enterprise has contributed to the growth of our economy. The computer revolution has made it easy to transmit, store, send, and receive information. Silicon chips have enabled computers to become smaller. The internet connects computers across the globe, speeding up communication. E-commerce or online shopping has changed the way people purchase goods. Miscellaneous but important information, Part 3. Globalization has made it possible to purchase goods from across the world. You can buy grapes in February that are grown in Argentina. Global warming has continued as the greenhouse effect prevents heat from escaping. The ozone layer prevents harmful radiation from entering the atmosphere, but has been weakened. Miscellaneous but important information, Part 4. Television, radio, movies, and the internet have continued to help shape and spread American culture across the globe. The U.S. population continues to shift from the Rust Belt to the Sun Belt. U.S. demography has changed by shifting populations. Immigration, both illegal and legal, has continued to grow. The American Dream. Bill Gates co-founded Microsoft. He is a computer industry entrepreneur and billionaire. Sam Walton founded Walmart and Sam's Club. Estee Lauder established a cosmetic company and built it by giving away free samples. Robert Johnson was the first American billionaire. He founded BET, or Black Entertainment Television, and sold it in 1998 for $1.5 billion. Lionel Sosa owns the largest Hispanic-owned advertising agency and has played a major consulting role on the election of several Republican candidates.